Hello and welcome back to round 4 of the New Zealand Mixed Nationals Division 2 Championships 2020. I'm Tom Fraser here with
Chris Goosebarker to do the commentary. Fantastic venue, Napunawai.
We've got Taranaki just coming straight from a tough loss to Dunedin, 13-9, looking to take on Flash Dumplings in the white.
An Auckland University team, and they have had 2 losses today, unfortunately. Big losses too, so looking to get some redemption in this game here against a very strong Taranaki Thunder team.
Yeah, Taranaki probably involved in one of the best comeback stories of the day so far in their round 1 game against Equilibrium. They were down 8-4 at cap and managed to score 5 in a row for the win. So that was huge for them and a big lift. They're looking to cross over with the Dumplings team. Talking to the captains before, we hear that the Taranaki Thunder team, here we have. We've got Captain John Fernando, Spirit Captain Kelby Clements, Leanne Clements, Steve Smith, Atarau Rikarangi, Max Bentelynch, Daniel G, Andrew Darney, Christina Darney, Tally Matthews, Skylar Ellington, Callum Shimon, Joseph Powick, Kristen Thomas and Penny Mowat.
Windy conditions here today. Both teams, or in the previous games, teams struggling, playing a little to the zone. Hearing from the Taranaki Thunder, they've been playing solely match this whole time, so that's going to be a really interesting matchup between them and the Auckland University team, who have been playing a mix of match, zone, a bit of everything apparently. So this is going to be one of those games which is differing styles. Really looking forward to it. Both teams just doing their final brief before we make a start here.
The wind is coming from a left to right across the screen as you see it. Not as heavy and gusty as it was this morning, but it has been picking up every now and then. So that could play a factor in the upwind downwind game, with the wind dying off sometimes and allowing some easy points, as we saw in the last game. 1 or 2 times the upwinds were scored when the wind was dying.
Looks like Taranaki Thunder is going to be starting on defence here, pulling into the wind. Auckland University coming out on offence. Tom, it's going to be interesting to see if Auckland University try and make the most of this, kind of get on the scoreboard early, see if they play with a sort of huck and D strategy.
It'll be very interesting to see if Auckland do decide to use it with some small passes, or maybe look for the big game early just to really settle into the game.
Hand raised by Taranaki Thunder, looking to get this game underway. And here we go.
Great rolling pull there by Taranaki.
Fantastic rolling pull.
It's a good tactic to try and defeat the wind, is to roll under it. High level play.
Auckland University here coming out in a horizontal stack. Taranaki Thunder looking to match defence, player to player defence. Wild pass to start. This is going to give Taranaki Thunder really strong position to work that disc into the wind. See if they can get on the scoreboard early with a really positive upwind score. John Fernando to bring this disc in. Thunder in a vertical stack.
Nice movement to get it off the line there.
Fantastic movement. Exactly what's needed.
Max Bendelinch under the high disc. Definitely using the strength of his height. Looks like we have a call on the play. Taranaki player perhaps calling a foul for getting a bump in the back there. So on ultimate we've got not 0 refs on the field, we've got 14 refs on the field, so anyone can make a call and anyone can contest it. So they're just quite right now having a discussion. Looks like it's an uncontested foul. Or
that's going to lead to a turnover. Both teams...
Sorry, retracted foul call. There's a mix of signals there.
Both teams just initially just struggling with their reset just a little bit there. So hopefully they can work on that. Get some real flow going. But straight away, Auckland University looking to play big there. Unfortunately, just really not finding the receiver as that thrower intended.
Does get the turnover in a nice space though, so if you're playing a territory game, it was a very good throw.
Good position here for Auckland University. Looking to set up in a end zone stack.
And flying in there.
Up signalled.
A little bit of contest whether or not the disc was in the air when she made the play, putting her body on the line. Taranaki's signalling it up though.
Sure
so
are.
I think it will be called a goal. Flash Dumplings first on the board. There's a replay and we see a lovely sliding roll and they're really getting her body behind the catch.
Hopefully that gives Auckland University a lot of confidence here. Of course, they're going to be throwing into this wind against the Taranaki Thunder O-line. Through the mixed format, we play the ABBA system, so points alternate between 4 males and 4 females. At the moment it's a 4 female point, and Auckland University, from what I hear, Tom, actually have more ladies on their roster than guys through some fantastic recruitment.
Yeah, it's the first time they've had that in their long reign as a top university side in New Zealand, and it's really good to see, crediting their initiatives on focusing on recruitment, and we've got quite a few players in their very first season here, so good to see them get a chance at the big stage early.
Great pull from Auckland Ultimate. Flash Dumplings. Taranaki Thunder starting in a vertical stat. Not a lot of action coming from the downfield though, and an unfortunate throwaway there.
Nice up the line cut there and great hands to pull that in by 52. I can see the effect of the wind there having on those forehands.
Yeah, the wind's definitely having an effect here. Just once again, both teams just kind of struggling to reset a little bit. It's only the early stages. Hopefully they'll find their feet.
valiant effort there to try and catch it, but it was just a bit wide. Now, what would your advice be to players trying to throw into the wind there, Goose?
Well, really what you want to do is make sure you put a lot of spin on the disc. That's really critical, is to make sure that the disc has maximum spin and try to keep the disc as low to the ground as possible. Okay, obviously still catchable, but if you can release nice and low, it sure makes the throw a lot better for that intended receiver.
As it looks like we've had a throw from Taranaki long that's gone straight out, but there's been a call on the play, a foul on the mark. Uncontested foul. Great hand signals coming from the Auckland University team right now.
What I really like to see here from Taranaki Thunder is just a little bit more movement in their downfield. They're just struggling just a little bit to get free. I think they would do themselves a lot of favours if they just tried a slightly longer throw to the end zone, just to establish a threat early and make Auckland Ultimate just kind of worried about that and see if they make an adjustment from that.
Yeah, I agree. They are certainly making the Auckland defence back their positioning. There we go. That's the rip you're after.
Exactly. And Callum, that's a great look. And whilst that's unsuccessful, it really shows the Taranaki Thunder downfield that is an option, and also will hopefully make Auckland Ultimate worried about that shot in the future.
Ansan bringing the disc up to Tammy Lashai. Tammy back to Owen Sun. Sun looking big, but the wind says no to that throw. Nice little bit of handler movement there, though.
Absolutely. It looks like Auckland Ultimate are the first to kind of sort out their reset game a little bit more. And that will certainly help them out for later in this match.
Huge block on the mark. Foot block.
Massive.
We had Callum Shimon there. Foot blocked by the Auckland defender. Sun with the disc.
That seems to really have listed the Auckland Ultimate there. Shame that they just had an error there. Taranaki looking to take this point fast.
Shimon with the disc. Tries to find Powick with a nice little pop. Powick. Gonna have to try and get it on that line. Oh, Powick with a nice high release to Shimon in the end zone. Unable to hold on though.
That is unfortunate. Taranaki Thunder just looking a little bit static in that downfield there. Would help them out. Oh, timeout called. Timeout called.
I think it's Taranaki have walked across the field to start this game, so they finished their last close game against Dunedin only 5 minutes before the start of this. I think that's having an effect on the energy levels, maybe the hangover of that game carrying through to this one. So I think this timeout will be a good time for both teams to refocus and find that energy and look to work on that play.
Absolutely. Hopefully both teams can kind of go over and discuss what's working and what's not working. Certainly Auckland just need to get a little bit more active in that downfield. They seem to have a better reset game now than what they did earlier on in this match, and Taranaki Thunder, hopefully they can get that downfield moving and get some activity and start to pose a threat here for Auckland Ultimate. Wind only seems to be increasing at the moment, so this could be a bit of a slog of a game, but hopefully both teams are able to lift.
And again, the wind going from left to right. Currently Taranaki heading with the wind. We'll be hoping to score this one. Auckland 64 metres up the field into the wind. Becomes a lot longer when that gust picks up.
Looks like the Auckland coach is, he's got his drink bottles out. He's moving them around the field, educating on his team what he wants. My guess is they're talking about that kind of that reset and those swings. A number of voices in that Taranaki Thunder camp, which is great. Hopefully looking to solve some of the issues that they've had initially.
Flood with a chair to bring it back. Looks like they've got a bit of energy on. Taranaki Thunder there with a big celebration, so bringing their minds into this game. I'd say that was a lightning strike, going with their name Thunder. Looks like Sun will be picking up the disc again here. Dani on the mark will be looking to put pressure on Sun's backhand throws towards the camera. Really hoping to keep him stuck in that corner. And the disc is in. Sun moves it to Lushai. Lushai finds somebody, can't hold on.
Real opportunity here for Taranaki Thunder to get on the scoreboard. Maybe just a little bit too fast there.
It's again Shimon trying to get it in the end zone. Sun with the disc. Sun finds Zhang. Zhang moves it back to Sun. Oh, lovely rip into the wind. Oh, doesn't quite keep his feet.
Great option there though, really throwing to where there was a lot of space there on the field. Once again, Taranaki Thunder will have to be worried about that throw, be worried about that thrower. So that might open up other avenues to work the disc up the field in this wind.
Shimon with the disc. Shimon sending it just wide of the receiver. Great pressure by the Flash defender. Sun with the disc. Lashai on the upline cut. Nice hit. She's in power position. Lashai known for her big throws, upside down throws as well as long hucks. Joseph Power looking to get it done in one with that throw. Cleaned up well by Sun.
Taranaki Thunder got a really strong defensive position here. Hopefully they can get another short field turnover.
Oh, the wind doing nasty things with Sun's high release there. The show probably, understandably, not being able to hold on to that.
Certainly these conditions proving to be very challenging at the moment.
Park with the disc. Looking for Shimon, but that's a great poach off the front by Sun. Did very well to avoid contact there and run a clean line.
Extremely good read of the play there. Auckland trying to play for a position here a little bit. I think they're better than that. I think they've got some good downfield movement coming out of that timeout. I think they should rely on that. Work that disc up the field and get themselves into a slightly better position before making that pass.
Lachey with the disc. Getting trapped on that low side.
Once again, big opportunity for Thunder to get on the board here. Get a fresh line on. And work well into that wind.
Oh, great hands by Taranaki there. Leanne Clements. Oh, Lachey with the read and winning the skybox there.
Great read.
Not the tallest person there, but definitely the smartest one. Oof. Poke bidding for the Callahan. Right, Poke to pick up the disc. Let's see if Taranaki can convert. Just need to get it over the line here.
Taranaki Thunder. The Thunder look a little bit more structured here. Hopefully they'll net some gain.
There we go, the goal is scored. So end zone, that was an isolation play where they gave all their space to Andrew Darney, and by the looks of his speed, he was supposed to use it to get open, and he did just that.
Perfect wee dish pass there, nothing too fast, just making it as easy as possible for that receiver. That's a great option.
A few players coming off that point, commenting on the strength of the wind and using some strong adjectives to describe difficult conditions to throw in.
Taranaki Thunder putting on a strong line to work into the wind. Auckland Ultimate getting the brief from the coach about what he wants to see on this point.
Looks like we're going to have the pull here from Skylar Ellington, one of the top junior players coming through the ranks in Taranaki. On the line we have Kobe Clements, Max Benta Lynch, Julia Fraser, Skylar Ellington with the pull. Oh, no. Pause for a gust. Lands it in the field.
Auckland about it.
Love Paraza bringing it in.
21 metres away from that end zone there. Looking to cut hard. It's a big pass. It's hanging. Unlucky.
As you can see by the flight of that disc, the wind is really affecting it. Skylar bringing it up to where the disc went out first.
Auckland University, this is the first time we've seen them go with a zone.
Violation here, there's a call on the play. Oh, bit of a discussion on where the disc landed.
So the previous pass from Auckland, it landed inside the end zone, so the disc should be taken from the front cone at the end zone line. Auckland Ultimate looking to go with a powerful 3-3-1 zone here, looking to get that turnover quickly. Looking at putting those Taranaki Thunder throwers under a lot of pressure. They've managed to net a turnover.
The disc just going slightly above the head of Rikarangi, who's a very strong handler for the team. And it made an impressive showing in the equilibrium game. Dahlia Feng with the disc.
a lot of random lines on this field, Tom.
Causing a little
Both
bit of
teams
confusion.
working on hard.
Oh, that throw is
trying to
just
work out where it is.
been pushed down by the wind. Yeah, there are a few rugby league lines on the field and a few others. Multiple sports use this great facility.
Auckland Ultimate back with that zone, looking really strong. Probably close to some double teams happening there, potentially. In and around those throws. Another opportunity now for Auckland Ultimate.
Skylar to bring the disc forward. She has Max Bendelinch on her inside. Be looking to get this off the line. Fraser popping in there. Bendelinch, nice long pivot there. Back to Ellington. Moves it to Bendelinch. Auckland defence holding well. And we have a Callahan. Great read on the play there by Love Parada. Just saw that throw coming.
Yeah, great work from that Auckland Ultimate Cup and great read. It's come in from that wing position and really tighten up for that pass.
Snuck in from the blind spot there, Max Bendelinch. I'm sure he owes a few for that.
Great stuff there from Auckland Ultimate. Certainly looking the stronger of the two teams initially. Being able to defend so well on that end zone line there. That's got to give them some confidence. So really it's about trying to score into the win for Auckland Ultimate here. Taranaki Thunder for them, it's just going to be about keeping with the game, keeping Auckland under pressure, and taking chances.
Yeah, I've be excited to see Taranaki start to use a little bit more of their heightened speed that they were showing to great effect in earlier games. I think that's what they'll want to turn it into, a little bit more of an athletic match. Here we have Auckland with the pull. Ryan Martin Gawn having a crack into this wind to see if he can push it past halfway. It's a good rip, lots of spin, nice roll. Great commitment by Taranaki to try and stop that roll, but it is rolled perfectly to the sideline. That is a phenomenal pull there by Martin Gawn in this tough conditions. Daniel G to bring the disc in for Taranaki.
Auckland really want to put some pressure on Taranaki Thunder right here and try to get a short field turnover. Get that turnover as close to their end zone that they're attacking as possible. Okay, just like that. So this is going to represent a really good chance here for Auckland to capitalise on the strong turnover.
Sun to pick up. We know he's got the throw. He could make it to the end zone from here. Just not quite getting the angle of release right there. John Fernando for Taranaki with the disc. Finds Leanne. Moves it back to Fernando. Fernando, nice spot there in the middle of the field. Smith with the disc. It's a bit of pressure.
Another opportunity here for Auckland. See if they can't just get a little bit more activity from that downfield.
See if Sun moves the disc a bit earlier than last time. He's looking for... He's obviously not keeping the cards close to his chest there with what Sun's trying to do. He's decided, I can throw it long. Watch me throw it long. I'm going to throw it long.
Absolutely. Potentially a call on the play here as well. There may have been a foul involved there.
It's a contested foul on the mark there by Andrew Downey. He did well to get in front of the huck, seeing what Sun was trying to do. Players are now going to find their respective positions that they were in as the call was made. Resetting play, if you will. Sun moves it to Martin Gorn. John's now deciding to look big. Oh, Fernando finds Smith. Great cut by Smith, seems to be getting free well. To Fernando now with the disc. Oh, that's lovely spin on a string. Oh! Unfortunately, receiver's lost his footing.
It's an unfortunate slip at the wrong time for that player. But that's good aggressive play.
And thank you here to Sky Sport Next. We'll be able to relive that moment many times. High definition and in slow motion. Great grab. Martin Gorn finds Sun, who can't quite hold on to it. Smith's gone long. Throws up. A little bit too much outside an edge there. I love the option there, seeing the free person in the end zone.
Absolutely. So obviously Taranaki Thunder, they want that throw to work out and be able to score that point, but really it puts them here into a really strong defensive position. Right, so they really want to use that wind as like an eighth defender to put pressure on Auckland here and get that short turnover. Get a quick point, get back on the board, and then really start focusing on trying to score an upwind point. That's what this match is going to come down to.
Lisha with the disc. Gets the Auckland offense going. Bit of a miscommunication. Taranaki have the disc and they've capitalised there. Dani passes it through to Fernando for an easy score. Very good use of the quick turn. As you can see, Dani heads up play on defence and then a nice pop to Fernando who saw the turn. And great hand signals there for the goal. As you say, the wind a bit of an eighth defender there, holding that disc up. Taranaki capitalising.
Most definitely, but teams need to focus in on using that win and trying to make a friend out of it, rather than thinking of it as an enemy. If they can use that win to their advantage, it will really help those teams out. Certainly in the case of field position as well. But there's some really nice throws that can be made that will just sit into the wind and allow players to run onto and make it easy as possible for that receiver. And it's going to be really important here to try and focus on scoring into the wind. And it would appear that Taranaki Thunder, they've got a good line on.
It's a very strong line here from Taranaki. We've got Polk with the pull. A bit of discussion on the line, wondering if it's going to come in with a match or a zone type look. Just a little bit low on the release there by Polk, but
this is really about the pressure that Taranaki Thunder can put on right now to achieve a short field turnover.
LP with a lovely dish there. Great play here by Auckland, really moving it forward. Oh, just not quite connecting on that last throw. That was much better from Auckland, really getting some momentum and some flow going there. Fernando to pick up for Taranaki.
Auckland Ultimate back into this really strong zone defence that's worked well for them in the past. It's really sticking with it. Really looking to achieve that short field turnover. Thunder making a lot of passes, but not advancing up the field as much as they would like to.
Sideline calling out that the wind has dropped and they're looking for some deep options, so we might see a bigger throw here. Taranaki right now moving it well. As I say that, it's a low throw there from Fernando hitting the shins of Powick. Jess up to pick up. Straight through the hands of Singh. Oh, Fernando's looking big. All right, another low throw from Fernando to Ellington. That wind just pushing the top of the disc down. Park with the disc. Taranaki handlers all bunched together. That's it, getting a bit more width. Shimon. To Fraser. Fraser to Shimon.
Great work here from Thunder. There are gaps there. There are advantages to be had. If they're just patient, those small passes going forward, they'll eventually get there. Oh, an unfortunate miscommunication there between the thrower and the receiver.
The Auckland defender getting up in Fernando's face and causing a little bit of a distraction there. Very good physical presence there on Fernando. Oh, high float throw. Not quite finding its target there from LP. Auckland content to set up their defence and get another turn closer to the end zone. Nice bid by Ellington, but can't quite pick up that throw. Isolation called. We've got Callum. Tend to see some very fast players isolated here. Oh. Nice throw, right. Love Parada there. Enough rotation on the disc, enough spin. You can see here it sits up, stays up well for Kathuria to get through and get that disc.
Auckland taking a 3-2 lead in this game. Looking really, really strong with that zone that they've been applying. No doubt they back themselves there. Taranaki Thunder want to be thinking about that. They want to be thinking about how they can go about beating that zone. Maybe even a timeout to actually have a chat about what they want to do when they meet that again in order to work that disc all the way up the field. Like I say before, Tom, that upwind, it's going to be all about who can score that upwind today.
Very much. Whoever can score the point up to the left will really control this game. Otherwise, it's trading quite favourably to the Auckland University team here. Benjamin Chong, the coach there, calling the line for Auckland, so we'll see what defence they bring down. So it looks like Taka with the pull. Taranaki waiting for the pull, so Taka to give it a rip. Good power in that throw and another favourable roll. Nice pull from Taka.
Very good pull. Hopefully they can back that up with some really strong defence here.
G picking it up. Finds Clements. And nice cut there. Clements can't quite find the receiver. Kristen Thomas.
I'm not quite sure, Tom, if Auckland really want to force a sideline there. I think there might be an advantage in putting a straight up mark there and forcing them to reset in order to get that turnover in and around those throwers, and rather than the downfield. As you can see, that teams are struggling to make it move that disc into the wind. So any advantage that they can get distance-wise would be really, really advantageous.
As we see another disc given to the mercy of the wind. The wind decides it's no one's and sends it on its way off the field. Sun picking up to bring it in. I think you've got a very good point there, Goose, on a bit more of a straight up mark, not allowing the huck and hope and causing the turn to happen around the handler space rather than way down the other field.
Absolutely. We see Taranaki using that straight up mark and forcing that reset, that swing pass that we just saw there, which eventuated in a turnover. I think Auckland really want to start doing that to get that field position.
So Daniel G instructing who to go to pick up the disc. Another isolation end zone play. We'll see who will be first out of the stack. Allington free, throws just on her inside. Good organisation in the end zone play there by Taranaki though. They're creating the opportunity very well.
Absolutely. Auckland looking to play fast. Oh, that is unlucky.
Sun has found Taka's hands, so he'll be disappointed not to hold on to that. Oh, but they have got the turnover in a more favourable position. Lucia to pick up. Nice flick by Lucia.
Here we go. We've got that straight up mark now.
And the turnover happens. An unmarked throw for Sun. He's lifted it a little bit too high there for Taka. I can see that being a bit of a honey pass for the rest of the game.
Certainly it's an opportunity to make lots of easy yards quickly with just the one pass. I think hopefully toward the end of that match those passes can just get a little crisper, slightly easier to read and have them pull off.
Allington with the disc. Trying to find G in the injury call. G's gone down on his handler cut as Allington finds Clements. Looks like his foot slipped out from under him. And so he's had to call an injury there, overextending. Fernando will sub on for him. Clements starting with the disc. Flicks it out to Fernando, who can't quite hold on to it.
Real opportunity here for Auckland. They're only about 19 metres away.
Another nice forehand by Lashai. Unfortunately, it can't quite be held on to.
Great catch. Auckland's are starting to lift here a little bit, playing with a little bit more urgency than before. John Fernando with the disc.
Fernando to Allington, great hands by Allington. Looking to get it off the line to Fernando. There's good movement here from Taranaki. A little bit of contact, so a bit of a discussion here between Sun and Clements on whether or not the D was clean. Now in ultimate you're entitled to your own space, so even if the defender touched the disc first, if there was no way they could do it without avoiding contact, it would be a foul. In this case the call is retracted from Clements, so it was just seen as incidental contact, and we play on. Sun ripping a upside down hammer that is very ambitious into the wind and got a lot further than I would have thought.
You know, I like it, Tom. I think that's worth the opportunity to find out how that was going to go. You know, they've been making other passes into the wind, big backhand passes. They haven't quite been working. So far, that hammer would actually seem like the most credible pass into this very, very strong headwind.
It did allow the disc to stay up without floating away. So it did sit and give time for the receivers to get to. Maybe slight adjustments with where it's aimed could work out well. Another long field into the wind for Auckland. Sun bringing it up to the mark. Darnay waiting to meet him. Sun to Lashai. Lashai, nice throw to Sun. Oh, another Callahan there. Great grab by Darnay. Cleaner's checking it on Sun, but there's no call. That is a Callahan. Second Callahan of the game. Great grab, as you can see by Darnay there over Sun.
Great defense there from the Taranaki Thunder. Getting that field position, and once they gain that field position, putting on a strong mark and leading to that Callahan. That was fantastic.
Sun giving up a few inches there in height, but really making up for it in aggression and attacking that disc, ripping it down.
This wind's not going away anytime soon, Tom. I think it's actually picked up a little bit here.
Yes, this wind is providing very tough conditions for the players. I think Auckland were onto the right track in that last point, though, moving the disc up the field, getting probably the closest anyone has to an upwind point. So if they can maintain that, that could be the difference in the game.
Definitely. I think Auckland have shown that they're definitely a team with just a little bit more advantage here at the moment. But you know, the game's not over. Hopefully the Taranaki team have had a chance to have a chat and worked out what they want to try and achieve and how they might make some changes to be successful.
Looks like we've got Fraser in defence, Shimmer with the pull, Powick, Smith, Riratangi. Another nice rolling pull.
Seems to be the way to go. The choice at the moment is to throw those roller pulls and get a strong position.
It does well to trap the other team on the sideline. Strong upline cut, but that is covered well. Smith with a good D there. Stuck to his man and ran through and got that one. Shimon to pick it up. Auckland have set up their zone again. The formidable Chen on the mark. Fraser to Shimon. Nice little interplay there. Powick. Auckland won't be too unhappy with these little pops.
This is still good gain. This is a very strong gain for Taranaki Thunder. They could hopefully just do this all the way up the field. You know, they're restricted. Auckland are restricted to how close they can be in and around that thrower because of the double team rules. So it does create these opportunities just to come in here just for these really 1 metre small passes upfield. But it's positive. It's going in the right direction.
Big throw up. Here you go, Chen on the mark of the zone again. Powick picking it up. They've got a long way to go. Another nice pop from Fraser, working that middle well. There we go. Only 64 more of those to go.
It's going to be a long way if they stick with that play. But the opportunity's there.
Throw just a little bit low there. Fraser unable to pick it up. Nice aggressive swing there, but unable to find the player. Shimon with the disc. Shimon with a lovely flick to Smith, but he can't quite hold on. There's been a call on the play, a little bit of a collision causing someone to fall over there, but I would have to guess that it will stay.
Seems to be a defensive foul call, I think. So there was a turnover, so I think the turnover will stand, and it will be Auckland disc. Not a lot of hand signals here, Tom, to work from.
No. What I have been enjoying, though, is the Auckland Cup that's been put on there, causing this pressure. It's probably one of the better throws through Shimon's forehand just there to Smith. Not able to stick. The camera there's just taking a shot at the southerly that you see coming in, which could make conditions, unfortunately, even more difficult for the players for the rest of the day. Looks like players almost ready to resume. Nice handshake there. Everyone's on the same page. And the disc is in. Turnover stands. Martin Gorn to pick up the disc. He's got Feng on his inside if he needs it. I think he's only got eyes for the end zone though. And he finds it. Great grab by Chen there. Hit him in the bread basket and it stuck.
Absolutely, great pass there. Nice high release. Backhand. Just trying to make that pass as slow and as easy as possible for their receiver, but we see just how fast it came at that receiver and what they needed to do in order to catch that. Gives some idea of just how strong the wind is here today.
That takes Auckland Flash Dumplings to a 4-3 lead over the Taranaki Thunder. Another downwind point there. Auckland will really be hunting that upwind. It is a prize goal in this game. Taranaki will be hoping to make a quick point of this one downwind and then have another go at the upwind. As you can see, the wind is taking away the coach's cap, letting Ben Chong's luscious locks flow out. Quite a good indicator they are at actually which way the wind is going.
Very tricky conditions here today, Tom. Question is, are we going to hit the time cap first, or are we going to make it to half? What's your pick?
I don't know. I think they should make it to half with them settling in. I think the first or second point it was quite a long one. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes out or how the halftime switch affects the play.
Absolutely, absolutely. That could be critical to the outcome of that this match.
A gentle pull with a nice roll there. Still gets it close to halfway, which is a standard pull in these conditions. Pollock shoots for the end zone. It was well defended there by LP. Lashai to pick up the disc. We don't have Sun on the line for this upwind, which is a change to the rest of the game. So we'll see how Auckland approach this point without him using his strong throws into the wind. Lashai asking for movement. Nice cut out from LP and good throw to find it. On a great swing to Taka. Taka lets it rip. I think he's thrown better throws in his life as that wind has really got underneath it and flipped it out of the field.
I think that pass is both regrettable and forgettable. They started D last week, and so downwind, sorry.
Who started where? We started O that way.
Taranaki.
The score should be...
Nice little shot there to Smith in the corner, and he holds on well.
John Fernando about to throw the pull here. Taranaki Thunder really needing to score an upwind point here in order to win this match. Unfortunately, there's going to be some changes in and around who starts where at halftime. That will, if no upwind score is made, will likely secure that victory for Auckland Ultimate. So it's really important that Taranaki Thunder, they put a lot of D on here and score into the wind.
We see the pull from Fernando, took a nice off break across the front of the Auckland team, and there's been a violation call because it was accidentally kicked, I believe, by a Taranaki player, which carried it on its merry way. So they've just brought it back to start from where it was kicked. On and gone with the disc. All lovely cuts there from the Auckland downfield, finding space. Martin Gorn's gone deep. Will the shot find him? No, there's a turnover in the handler space. This is a great opportunity for Taranaki. Fernando gets the disc going early. Allington to Fernando.
Auckland still with that zone.
Oh, unfortunate hands there. Oh, asking for a new disc. It looks like this one was stumped on. A bent and warped disc would make this game even more difficult.
Very much so.
Great hands by Allington to save Fernando's life there. Sun switching to the downwind line. Can't quite find Chen with the disc there. Nice strong cut. Fernando, good coverage from Taranaki. Auckland quick to set up their zone. Their cup is doing good, strong amount of running to make sure they're formed early. Adding that pressure to Taranaki. Oh, that throw just a bit low from Fernando. Sun to pick up the disc.
Fantastic defense there from the Taranaki Thunder player.
Do setting up the cup. Which in great catch by Ellington to Fernando. Back to Ellington. Pollock with the disc. Great handling, great swings there.
Fantastic layout there from John Fernando. Keep that disc alive.
Unfortunately, the throwing aspect is still part of the game too, so he'll regret that one and want to move on. And oh, we see an aggressive hammer from Martin Gorn. Martin Gorn with an ambitious shot, but he's managed to find his man in the end zone. Great catch by Larson.
It could be that the hammers may be the pass of this match. Maybe that's what, and it's odd for me to say this, but I think we should see a whole lot more of them.
As you know, Goose, I am fully wholeheartedly agreeing with more hammers and that concept.
Absolutely, and I think you're great to have on the mic for the experience on throwing those. But they've been actually really consistent, both going into the wind and downwind.
Hammers allow for you to go over the top of any defence, which works well against the zone setups that we have showing here, and it really it takes out a little bit of the float that the wind is taking advantage of, so it really goes to the point you're aiming for. Now, there's a couple of ways you could throw a hammer. The one there, Martin Gorn was throwing with the wind, so he released it flat. The hammer throw being putting the disc above your head and throwing it upside down, almost as if you're hitting a nail above your head with a hammer. That's where the term comes from, and he's thrown it a little bit flatter so that it goes nicely with the wind. You'll see that for anyone attempting the hammer into the wind, they're going to want a bit more of a vertical edge to blade it through that wind. You can throw with the wind at your back. You can throw the hammers most of the field, so it would be nice to see them perhaps use them from a bit further out. Really add some excitement to this event.
Yeah, and hopefully some confidence to this Auckland team as well.
LP's pulled, has made it into the field. And he's got the turn. Rikirangi's throw not coming off there, but her handling has been very good this game and in others. Great use of moving the disc laterally. Shimmer's looking to collect the disc from what is one of the tougher sidelines to have the disc on, as the wind is slightly going across and pushing away from the camera. They're going for an isolation play again with Dani. They're speedy. Their speed in the middle. Looks like that was a high count throw there from Shimon just to get it off and into that end zone. Great defense from Auckland, really sticking to their matchups. LP bringing the disc in.
I think a change here from Auckland back into that vertical stack. I like this a lot more.
Great cut from Young out there, or Lashai not quite getting that up line, and Smith pounces on that D. Oh, the wind says no to that throw. A little bit of frustration there from Shimmons. We're almost an hour into this game. It's been a tough slog.
Huge pass here. Great
read by Dani.
Fantastic.
Shimon's really putting it up there and letting Dani do the work, and he does it well.
You know, it's a shame that we didn't see that a little bit more at the start of this game. I think Taranaki Thunder will find that they're probably able to score quite easy through that method. It may not be the prettiest, but it sure is effective. Take half in the switch, and the Thunder will equal there. So there'll be no change. Status quo.
So 15 minutes before cap to go. We've been informed there's no timed half here, so the teams have their timeouts that they could use. But half is at 7 points, so we don't know which will come first here. Taranaki really need that upwind to get back on the right side of the serve for this game. Fernando here going to use his strength to muscle that disc. He's going to get a nice roll there. Nice pull by Fernando, gets it up over halfway. Sun to pick up.
Absolutely. Really need to capitalise on this position. It's really important that Taranaki get the turn, but straight away, Auckland taking the wise option and playing a little bit for position there, but also making sure that they actually have a runner there as well. So they really want to try get that score, and if that score doesn't happen, they get to go into that really, really strong zone defence that they've been doing for the majority of this game, and try and net a turnover.
Fernando would bring it up to the line. He's got Powick and Ellington back helping him. Powick finds Ellington. Lovely throw to Fernando. Gets it on the second effort. Ellington to Powick. Small throws, but they're starting to move that zone. Oh, another, unfortunately, low throw there from Fernando. Great work by the Auckland Cup there.
This looks like a very familiar position from where that hammer was thrown last time. We're going to see another one.
Ellington says no to that one. Easily reading what Sun wants, which is another shot to Taka. Fernando bringing the disc up to see if the handlers can add a little bit more width to this offense and really start stretching that zone. Nice pop by Ellington to Fernando. Oh, that throw has just gone wide. Auckland again, is their zone proving effective to get the disc moving to where they want it and getting another nice easy turnover. Fang with the disc. I think we've got a foul here, uncontested foul on Sun. I think there was a tangle between his heels. So there'll just be a discussion on how to restart the play. Disc is back in play. Sun finds Taka.
In this win, you've got to catch with two hands.
You've got to focus.
You just got to go for it.
Yeah, it's just a difficult bobbling wind. Really want to watch that disc in. Powick here, pick out the disc. Go to Fernando, to Rikirangi. Lovely handling there, Powick. Ellington running out of room here on the sideline, so they want to find the middle. Lovely shot by Fernando through to Clemens. The wind has died down. This is now a very good chance for Taranaki to score that upwind.
Lots of little passes. That's what it's going to take.
Nice shot by Fernando. Onto Fraser. Looks like there's been a foul call. Uncontested from the Auckland. Nice, clean and easy discussion there and good hand signals. Chen not quite being able to make that play cleanly. Fraser to restart with the disc. Still countdown at 0. Fernando getting the disc back. He's got Ellington if he needs. Finds Ellington. Moves it to Powick.
Really need to take advantage and pop forward here. They don't want to go backwards. They want to take as many forward yards as possible. There we go.
Fernando trying to bring it around the zone. He looks to have found the face of one of his offensive players. Sutton now with the disc and sends it right back to where Taranaki started. Would have been good for Taranaki to get in front of that throw, maybe a little less of that side force, and again being more straight up.
I agree, Tom. I agree.
If that throw had gone out and not come back in, they would have had those yards.
I agree. That defender just giving them a little bit too much space to throw that deep shot and get that really strong position and make it really hard for Taranaki Thunder to work their way up the field.
I don't think we're releasing any secrets that Sun just wants to throw it into the end zone here.
I think he's certainly shown his hand earlier in this game.
Nice throw by Powick to Fernando to get it through.
That's it.
I think they should use Rikirangi a little bit more to
I agree. I think they'll be really strong from the centre of that field. Just being able to make those small pop passes. It may seem like there's a lot of work to do, but it's probably the safest way.
Great mark there.
Yeah, fantastic.
That was a very, very good footwork, putting pressure on Fernando there and forcing the turn. I don't know if we've mentioned them enough, but that Auckland Flash Dumpling Cup has been doing a lot of strong work. The ladies in there have been putting on very good marks. Sun to the end zone. Fang has thrown it. She's hit the hands of Sun, but he's not able to hold on. Auckland not unhappy with the result though, as Taranaki now stuck back on their line. And unfortunate. Quick turn there. Fang now with the disc. She's got Sun on the inside yelling for a poach. Sun's got it now. Sun throws for the end zone. It's a bit wider, Chen.
This wind picking up even more. What I'd be almost considering doing if I was Auckland is actually switching to a match defence here. I think they're giving Taranaki too much of an opportunity with this zone to work the disc up the field. I think they'd really struggle in a match sense and they get that turnover sooner. But as we say that,
Chen.
Auckland Ultimate able to get that turnover, looking to score.
Oh, Sun showing all his skills there with the lovely mac into the end zone. Unable to hold on though. I'd like to see Taranaki use a little bit more of the field, just their middle third and the sideline third. They're obviously keeping it away from the far side of the field, which they find is a very tricky place to get it out of. That's actually where Auckland are trying to force them to go, so they're doing well not falling into that trap, but they could probably create a bit more room. Great pivot by Rikarangi there, but Ellington unable to hold on.
Sideline here, starting to really get in it for Auckland. I think they should take it a little bit faster on some of those turns rather than play out in this set situation that they seem to be struggling with. I think if they get a turn in future, they should just pick that up and really look to score as quickly as possible.
Agreed. They're not quite getting the score on the slow start, and they're getting such advantageous turns. Powick to Fernando. Another turnover there. Did you say hammer there, Goose? Is it good from this spot?
I think it's very good from this spot.
Oh, lovely cut, great catch, and good finish. Oh, Sun unable to get to hold on, proving he's much stronger behind the disc than in the end zone there. Great work by Do there to hold on to that catch. She's been part of that strong cup that's doing great work.
Auckland just making a slight change to their zone, bringing in a fourth person just to make it just that much harder for Taranaki here. Really stopping that disc from swinging to the far side of the field.
It'll be interesting to see if Taranaki can find out where this fourth person has come from and to use that space. Unfortunately, as we see, a disc has wobbled up and gone over Ellington's head. Auckland to use an end zone play.
Probably looking to run an isolation here, I would say.
Pick one of their more athletic mismatches they can. Get them to get free. Yep, Sun. Fang looking for Sun. Great defense by Powick. Oh, he just slipped, but he put enough pressure on.
Uncontested foul. This is going to give the Auckland just another opportunity from just outside the end zone.
So Sun with the disc. Sun pops it up. Great tap. Are we able to see if it's in? It's been called out by Taranaki. That was close.
This is going to be very close.
Oh, the timing.
I think that lead foot is on the line. I think that's out. And it's correctly called. John Fernando to bring the disc in.
Inches in that one. Push pass from Guy, not quite working there. Feng chasing that disc as it rolls away. Looks like an end zone call again. We might see Sun isolated again. Let's see if G can cover it. Great cover by G so far. And there we go, another turnover. Fernando. Attempt number 32 to get it out of this corner. As the wind gusts up, we've just seen a very strong increase in the wind.
Defender's very tight in and around that throw. I really question if they're sticking to that 3 metre distance that they must stay away from that throw, that additional defender. Unless, of course, there's another player in there, but it is a very tight zone there. And I think if Taranaki Thunder can just get around that, I think there'll be a lot of space in the field, to swing the disc and make some really easy forward meters.
There's a call on the play. Seems like there was a pick. Hand signals. It's not just G's showing off how strong he is. He's doing the whiff of signal for pick. Sun, some handler movement there. That was scored almost simultaneously with the soft cap.
It could cause some confusion there.
Captains
Who's just gone?
Captains might have to discuss.
Players looking positive, but a little tired. There's been some very long points being played this match.
There's been a lot of effort put in.
Score confirmation?
Yeah, 6-5.
Okay.
6-5. Team captain's just discussing the arrangements in around the soft cap here at the moment. A little bit of confusion exactly where that point ended and when that hooter sounded. So that just captain's working that out now.
Captain's just confirming what the game will be to.
Well, I guess we answered that question. What was going to come first, half-time or time cap? Time cap. Time cap wins.
So the teams have agreed to play out this point and add one. Strong throw by Lushai. Almost wondering why she wasn't pulling for the rest of the game.
Absolutely, but also Auckland would be wise to understand that distance as well and know that if they get the opportunity in the game that there's that distance to be able to throw that pass.
She's just proved she can throw half the field.
Absolutely.
Get the disc in her hands and see it again. Shimon bringing the disc in.
Taranaki Thunder.
Seems to be confusion on the
their
field.
vert stack like they did when they started the game.
Oh, they're working out what the gender is. We've got two different splits on the team. Taranaki with 4 guys on the line and Auckland with 3. They're gonna spend some confusion.
Well, we're going to have an opportunity to see if we can get one of these big pulls happening.
Yeah, more practice. Hopefully the disc goes back to Lushai's hands. There we go.
So just explain to me what happened there, Tom.
So, as described earlier, we play a gender ratio rule of ABBA, which is males and females split. So we have 3 males, 4 females, or 4 males, 3 females. It seems like at this point was started where both teams had differing ratios on, and so they just tried to work out what was the correct ratio to be in. It looks like it's a 4 males, 3 females split, and so because it's the first time and it's just happened, the teams have agreed on a repull to start it. So well spotted there by LP. Another strong rip by Lushai. Not quite the same result. Wind got a little bit more under it, but again, through half the field. Shimmons to take the disc. Almost an identical spot. It's been a nice clean reset there. Shimon looking to centre it. Take a great upline cut there by Clements. Lushai covering the under well. Another good swing by Shimmons. Good cut. Shimmons looking. Oh, the receiver. That's
huge run through D there.
Strong
Fantastic
run through D. Shimmons to pick it up. Nice high release flick there. Defended by LP. Probably a little bit of worry there as he knocked that in the air and had it carry on going, but the disc has fallen safely. Lushai to pick up. Nice swing by Lushai. Oh, but the wind's got under
for
it.
Callahan here too. Unlucky.
There's a foul on LP, and it looks like it will be uncontested. Darnie hunting his second Callahan of the game. Would be quite a rare feat. Jessup floats it to LP, who takes it under a bit of pressure. Great grab by Lushai. And a brilliant forehand. Finding space. Auckland really throwing it. I think that is the first time the disc has crossed the upwind end zone line.
Absolutely.
Let's see if they can hold Taranaki and get the turnover up there. We could be seeing our first upwind.
Absolutely. If I was Auckland Ultimate right now, I'd try to be cheeky. Taranaki Thunder have been throwing for distance here. It would be wise if they zag number 69 there off into that lane and force that reset. Really put a lot of pressure on that mark, nice straight up push, and just have that other defender just sag into that lane and force a wild swing pass and see if they can't just get a turnover.
Simmons only looking big. That was a territory throw if I ever saw one. And he's done well. Oh, Lushai almost found a tucker in there. Shimon's picking up the disc and he's probably going to look big again. His high release forehand flick is defended twice by LP. Lushai finds Tucker and he gives it a rip. But the wind says no again. That's one of the reasons why they're trying to keep the disc away from that sideline. I think as soon as you throw it there, you're fighting a losing battle with the strong wind. Shimmons now, will he look to swing or straight for the end zone? High release flick, here we come. Oh no, he finds Clements. Great reset. That's Darnie. Darnie to Clements. So the disc bobbles, it's a nice catch. Clements finds Shimmons. Tight mark there from Auckland.
I think an opportunity here for Auckland to have a fast play, to get that disc moving, to try and catch Taranaki Thunder while their defense isn't quite set up, just to make some really easy early yards.
It's a nice shape from LP, but I don't think it's going to stay in the field. Again, that low side throwing. He's fighting the wind with that throw. Shimon's bringing it back in. Centre or end zone, there's two options right now, I think. End zone it is. Oh! Almost one of the greatest circus catches ever. Gary Jarvis would have been proud if it landed on the back there.
Absolutely.
Nice effort by Smith. He gives the thumbs up of approval. He wants that throw coming.
Now this is what I was going back to. They keep playing for position, and that's wise, but Auckland just really need to encourage
Great shot.
Taranaki just to swing that disc.
Oh, nice throw there. Auckland moving it up. If I was marking Shimon's, I'd have a high left hand right now because that's where the disc goes. There's that quick start we're after. Down he finds Smith. Great shot.
6-all.
6-all, game to 7. Universe point. As we see some hand signals, there's some double dabbing there. The international hand signals for a universe point. After this long slog, it's all come down to this last point. Auckland will be feeling pretty happy to have the wind at their backs for this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Taranaki Thunder really want to put on the strongest line that they possibly can here.
Strongest throwing line. We really need all the hands on deck to really rip it up there. Throw caution to the wind with a few of the shots, and I think looks like they're doing it right now. Who we got on the line? We've got G, Ellington, Benta Lynch, Powick, Clements, and Ricky Rangi, sorry. It looks like Fernando is joining as well. The Auckland University Universe line. Looks like it has Lushai and Sun as expected. Martin Gorn. And trying to work out who else is still on the line there. LP.
Here we go, Tom. After 84 minutes, it all comes down to this point.
Fernando with the pull. It's a nice rip. He's made it well up over halfway. I think that signifies that the strong wind is not there right now. And Taranaki are in with a sniff. Sun finds Lushai. Lushai with a lovely upline to Sun. Oh, he's thrown when LP was not ready. Fernando moves it to Powick. Powick finds Benta Lynch. Benta Lynch with a nice shot to Powick, who finds Ellington, who moves it to Fernando. Oh, this is promising, but that's just out of reach of Fernando.
Here we go. Defense. Hard defense.
Auckland with another chance to put it in. Let's see if Sun just sends it. Martin Gorn's gone. Oh, it's a huge D. Great block. That's a hand block. That is a massive play.
Just caught the fingertips, but it was enough to throw that disc up in the air.
Oh, they want to change the disc again. I say play on with that disc.
Wow, he got
Taranaki,
a lot of that. I thought it was just his fingertips. He must have got a whole hand.
Here we go, here we go. Sun just really looking, and G has jumped across, seeing that and covered it. I think he's saved his team the point there and maybe the game.
Absolutely. Timeout called here. This is it. This is it. This is a really good spot for Thunder The winds dropped just enough to help them throw through that zone. Here's the opportunity for Thunder to take this game.
Surely they're not going to do it twice in the day. Breaking the hearts of a team comfortably in front. Taranaki going to create a reputation there.
What's Auckland talking about here? They know that Taranaki have been able to move it up through their zone. It's all going to come down to that. They know Taranaki's not going to throw any wild passes, probably. Do they switch to match? Do they switch to match defence here and take the chance? They've been going zone all game. Do they switch to match and just hope?
That is a tough call when you've had the zone that's carried you through to the lead all through this game and it's done you really well. I think it's only been broken maybe a couple of times this game. And to then just chuck it on against this Taranaki Universe line, which is obviously their athletic players, that really, I would stick with the zone, what's going good, what's working well, and I just reinforce those concepts that you're trying with that zone. Make sure that cup is tight and working together. Make sure the wings are in that position, and yeah, let's see if Taranaki take the challenge and put it up.
Absolutely. The ball's really in Taranaki's court. I like the fact that they took a timeout here, you know, talked about what they want to do.
So after this timeout, Taranaki on offense will choose where they want to be set up. Auckland will then set up their defence around it. Once both teams are ready, it'll be tapped in. And we'll see the final point played out.
I'm going to go as far to say they are in upfield hammer range from here.
Upfield hammer range. I like your thinking. It would have to be aimed probably to the left camera side corner if we want any hope of it staying in.
I think they've gone away. They've gone to match.
Oh, here we have it. Auckland mixing it up. It's got Taranaki second guessing. They weren't seeing it coming. Looks like there's a foul downfield. Pog just tripping. Yep, there's a foul there. Hand signals, uncontested foul. Thank you for that, Pog.
Still count back to 0.
I believe that makes us still count back to 0.
Be a little bit more discussion here than what's needed. Hopefully giving an opportunity for Taranaki. Have a look around, see where the space is on the field.
I think it's... Just wanting to know if what the stall count comes in on after an uncontested foul downfield. Pollock with the disc.
That wind really gusting now.
It's starting to pick up again.
But Taranaki just making those small passes.
Oh, great
great
hands
catch
by Max. Fernando marshalling the troops in the middle. Ellington moves it. Looking for Pollock. Finds him.
Taranaki very close now. Very
Throw
close.
is up.
There it is.
That's the game.
There it is.
Fernando has scored at the upward point on Universe.
Unbelievable.
Couldn't
After
write
all game.
Couldn't write a better script. What What theatrics. There he is, Fernando making the catch. Celebrations around, big hugs. They're excited, they're happy. They stayed in the game the whole way. I'd have to say it was Auckland's game there to lose, and Taranaki have just ripped it from them.
There's going to be some thoughts whether Auckland should have stayed with that zone or whether switching to match there. Wow.
There's going to be some what-ifs on that one.
There's going to be a lot of what-ifs. What if that foul hadn't have happened and that count had have got higher? Resetting that count just gave Taranaki a chance to have a look around and how they wanted to attack, and then just did a great job just making those small wee backhand passes that were just going to float out there for those runners to move on to. And then, wow, what a finish.
So here we have it, full time, 91 minutes into the game. Taranaki Thunder pulling it out with a 7-6 win over Auckland Flash Dumplings, scoring the only upwind of the game at the New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Champs Div 2 2020 Day 1. I'm Tom Fraser.
I'm Chris Barker.
Thank you guys for joining us.